Album number 15, Roy Orbison's all-time greatest hits of Roy Orbison. It's a 2 LP compilation album that was released in 1972, recorded September 18th, 1959, of August 1st, 1964. And it has a lot of original Monument recordings. The genre is rockabilly, country, and pop. The length is 52 minutes and 20 seconds long on the label Monument. And it's produced by Fred Foster. Pretty Woman, Crying, In Dreams, Only the Lonely, Dream Baby, Working for the Man, and Candyman are some of my favorite songs in this album. If you haven't heard of them, check them out, because Roy Kenton Orbison was born April 23rd of 1936 in Vernon, Texas. He was a singer-songwriter, vocals, guitar, and harmonica, active from 1953 to 1988. Contracted by Sun Records first, and then went to Monument Records from 1960 to 1966, and various other labels. This was a resurgent for him, the Traveling Wilburys. That's why I am picking this. I don't know if you notice there's connections here, but his first hit was Running Scared of March of 1961, and it's credited to being the first bolero-style rock song, which is a slow-tempo Latin. And then in 1964, Pretty Woman went #1 spot for 3 weeks. And another cool fact, 22 of his singles reached the top 40. And I forgot to mention that Pretty Woman was his last top 10 until his comeback in '89 with You Got It. So check that out. Here's some more facts about him I'm going to share. What made Roy Orbison was his life, and it wasn't all roses. In 1966, his wife Claudette died in a motorcycle accident. In 1969, 2 of his boys perished in a house fire that burnt to the ground. He sold that lot to his best friend, Johnny Cash. And his house also burnt down to the ground. I thought that was just kind of odd. But because of his loss and his emotions and trying to deal with his life, he made a secret album at the time that was never released. So, I don't know. Whatever you got to do to be happy, that's my motto. And don't worry, he was able to find love again. He remarried a woman named Barbara. They had 2 more children. That makes 3 children I know of. I'm sorry I didn't dig the exact amount. But the point is he found happiness again. And people don't know this, but in 1964, a year before Beatlemania took over the U.S., they invited Roy Orbison to open for him. So Roy did open for him, and the first night they did, he did 14 encores before the Beatles took the stage. And then also, one day on tour with the Beatles, he left his glasses on the airplane, forcing him to use prescription sunglasses, which it became his trademark. Now, something I want to talk about that I thought was interesting. Elvis Presley versus Roy Orbison. Better voice. I've always said Roy. Guess what? Elvis Presley thought so too. During a Vegas show, Elvis said, quite simply, Orbison had the most perfect voice and the greatest singer in the world. Roy had mutual respect for Elvis as well and attended several of Elvis's shows. And to let you know, Elvis was 2 octaves and a third. Roy was 3 octaves. Some say 5. And then, want to throw this in here? Freddie Mercury was a 4. All great singers. And again, this album ties into so much. I don't know if you can see it. I can show some pictures on this, but Tom Petty and Jeff Lynne were big fans of Del Shannon. Del Shannon worked with Roy Orbison, and he recorded some of Roy's hits on albums. So there's that deep connection. They produced, they worked together. And then also Harrison had worked with Shannon earlier with the Beatles' careers. So when Roy passed away, he was highly considered to fill the spot for the Traveling Wilburys. But unfortunately, Del Shannon passed away too. And his biggest hit was My Little Runaway. So if you don't know it, check it out. Another great performer. And I wanted to see here, before I let you go, on some facts. Oh, yes. Around the time of the Traveling Wilburys album, he had been not feeling well. He confided in Johnny Cash and said he's having chest pain. So after that, he continued with touring and traveling, and was scheduled to do 2 video shoots for the new album for 2 of their songs, and performed his last concert. And I'm going to look this one here. I know it was in Ohio, Highland Heights, Ohio, on December 4th, 1988. Then he flew home to Hendersonville, Tennessee, exhausted. Went to dinner at his mom's, flew model airplanes with his sons. And then on December 6, 1988, later that day, Roy had a heart attack and passed away. But, check out my stories and my highlights. If you want to see pictures of these albums, hear a little bit of music. Get to know Roy Orbison a little bit better. And I want to just also let you know about some of his achievements. In 1987, he was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He had Nashville Singer-Songwriter Hall of Fame, 89 Musicians Hall of Fame, 2014 Musicians Hall of Fame and Museum, and Rolling Stone put him 13 on the Greatest 100 Singers, and number 37 on Artist of All Times. So, check him out. Check out my stories and highlight under 20. Leave a comment, your favorite song. Let me know how you're feeling. I hope you're having a great weekend. I hope you have a great Monday, holiday, and I hope you're all staying safe and healthy, my friends. Take care.